It's time for some more Jump King. Now, this is probably going to be most of what I do today. I know I said earlier I might do something else afterwards, like another game. But I am quite a bit tired, so it might just be Jump King today, depending on how it goes. Legend says there's a smoking hot babe at the top. Oh yeah, I'm starting here of all places. Oh boy. Well, great start. Fantastic start. More like Jump King. No! 0 out of 3 on jumps. Listen! Ooh. Ah. At least I have this down. Let me actually test something. Alright, controller works. Hey! Hey! No. Ah, I couldn't go too far. That was a problem. Got it. Anyways, I just have one more workday and then it is weekend for me. And holidays. And honestly, can't wait. Fuck. That I did the same thing again. Okay, so if I stand here and do full charge jump. Nice. Alright, I remember some of my small little tricks. I haven't played any since last time. You could see the stats. Are you ready for Dinos? No. I don't know how much of Dinos I will actually be able to get to play this year. Main reason being that I need to do some, or a lot of practice for the gaming competition. So, I will definitely do some dinos, but I don't know how much of it will be actual playing dinos. Like last year, I could do it a lot because the competition was already done by at that point. Ah, too hard. There we go. See, that wasn't too hard. Damn it. Man, I'll be able because stream because shut internet tonight. Did you just get to see Seth's flop that jump completely though? No! You weren't supposed to see that. Fuck! Fuck! Seth's moment. No! Fuck! Not again! At least I have these jumps down pat. Since last time, 2 people have beaten Jump King. So, that is something I need to be a little bit concerned about. I keep holding it too long. I hold it too long? Okay, what I struggled with last time, I apparently just have down to muscle memory now. Okay. And I'm realizing there is so little music here, I might play something of my own. I held too far. Yeah, I'm gonna have some music just in the background. Let's see. Oh. Just randomly saw a tweet that was like a Tekken original, and it was like, there's a Tekken channel, and they talk about the slime anime for some reason. But no. I was mistaken. I was waiting for my phone. I see Seth had moved from the flop. I have! I just fell down again. And I was gonna play some music. So, good old Xeno. Xeno, not Sebi. There we go, 11 hours. Ah! It's at like 5% volume! Let's turn that down on several areas. Okay. How's the audio now? It should be quietly in the background for you guys. Can't hear any music, I'm deaf now. Oh, no! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Damn it again! Eh. There we go. Nice. Music does sound good after getting back here. You're welcome! Okay, so halfway across, and then not at all. No! I need to be even further to the right. Come on. Oh, this is too far back. Yeah, it is one mistake there, though, and it's even further back. Fuck, fuck, fuck! I can just imagine it's an appropriate death metal track for this game. Yeah, just do that. There we go. So how have your guys' day been? I'll take that. Look, I'm not gonna complain about that. Also, last minute Christmas shopping still not done. Ah. It's also nice to have this to watch. Pizza and made the birthday dinner plans. Nice. Not like that. I don't remember how I got across on this platform here on the right again. That's how. Okay. No! Fuck. No! Thought I jumped too far. Has to reach my head. Okay. Fuck. Fuck, how did I... Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to jump to that, like, secret spot. Not like a short jump. There we go, a little bit of a higher jump. Fuck! Oh, I did my mistake. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe that jump is not the best idea. Alright, it's not gonna take too far to get back. Ooh. Maybe a little farther than I thought it was gonna take. I jumped too far! No! Fuck. Okay, back to where we were. It's just a tiny detour. Estimating stuff like this without a visual indicator on how long you held the button is hell for me. Props for getting it-ish. You get a feeling for it. I do think if you had an indicator, this game would become a ton easier. But, you know, that's kind of the point of not having it. Which is also the point of why we're speedrunning this. If I could just get an indicator on how to jump up there. Because I do think in the long run that will save me headache if I learn how to do that. Go slow to go fast? Yeah. 100%. Like, Beaten had beaten this game in like 8 minutes or so. I'm just curious. Nope, nothing over there. There we go. Okay, not like that. Need to be by the edge. Ah! Alright, counting 1, 2 is too long. Oh yeah, that's essentially a full jump. Why? Of course it's too long. At least that jump is fairly easy because it's a full haul. It is when you get here. I'm using the yellow flower to like position myself in that area, which is 100% why they put it there. Yeah, if you know you need a full jump, it's so easy. It is when you know you need to be just before the full jump, it's a ton harder. Because then you do stuff like that. Nah! Oh boy. No. Easy. Okay. Back up we go. Maybe I'll just practice that jumping spot off stream at some points. And if it happens by accident, I won't complain. Back. Do, 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 do. Fuck! God damn it! That jump is the most annoying jump for me. You probably can't tell. Okay, that was me looking at chat. I blame Logical for that one. Too little, slide too far, bonk, yeah. Ah. I'm stimulating the audience. You're doing a better job than what Jay did. That was how I did it. Halfway across, hold full jump. Yes. Don't even touch it, full way across. Okay, there we go. Aelin. Got back here again. This is where I started the stream. Fuck! This is how it went at the beginning of the stream. Try on platforms. I'll try next time. splatting into the flowers and the vibe of the stream so far. Yeah. Hey, my name is Sack or Cloud. It's our thing. Foot halfway across. Foot not even on. Yay! I remember the tells. Freezing over here. Not having it as cold as you, but I did have to shovel snow. Don't sniff my feet. No. It can't be anything. Also shovel snow. Yeah. I got $20 for it. Okay, what's the opposite way? Now it's the part of like remembering how did I jump these. Oh boy. Full jump, short, full jump. Damn it. Okay, but that can be done. Damn it. Which is weird. Dad's got the car stuck 10 times, eventually put it in service with new winter wheels. Ah. Yeah, that's always sucks. Ugh. Damn it. Yeah, I have some people I shovel for every now and then. It's some of the same people that I mowed the lawn for. So when they ask, I usually come by and help them. Alright. Too far! Here finishing fit? I have not. I haven't been tempted to get back to it, but that will probably be one on my own time, and two, probably after I move. Oh, hey, that's how I did that. Not that. I remembered I had a trick, but I didn't remember how I did the trick. Damn it. I immediately forgot how I did the trick. Yeah, if I lock out with that full jump, I will get in there. But it's not guaranteed. What if I just do it again? Yeah, no, that wall is made so that I can't do that 3 times. What if... No. Yeah, let's see if we can get a different path up there. So, all the way to our left, all the way to the left. Jump there. Well, that also works. There we go. Fuck. There we go. Fuck! So full charge, not full charge, got it. Full, half full, half. Hey, fuck! Full, half full. Half full. Half full. Oh no, yeah, I can do full from there, never mind. Half full. That's way too far. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 and. 1 and. Hey, it's a 1 and. Why did that not work? So, wood off. Okay, there we go. All the way left. This is a mean one. One, 1, 2. 1 and. 1 and. 1 and. Oh! 1 and 2. 1 and 2. No! Okay, I'm getting back though. How fast can I get back up there though? Like the cavemen we're ignoring. Yeah! He has done nothing wrong. Bull. Bull. 1. Bull. One man. Full. See how easy it is the second time around you do something? 1 and. 1 and. Fuck! See how easy it is the second time you do something? I should probably learn myself some trick for this area. Don't fully charge there. Only dumbass is fully charged there. Well, damn it. That was a mistake I did again. Maybe I should jump through the wall instead of doing it that way. Damn it. Bit higher. Ah, too high. Yeah, like there I have 2 tricks to get up. If I'm on the right side, just fully hop to the right and then to the left, and I'm up here. And then you just full hop left, and it's the half charge that kind of gets me whenever I get there. And then I can do another full and a half one there. One and hook. 1 and hook. Ow. One and hook. 1 and hook. 1 and hook. Ow. Yeah, full charge right, full charge left. Ow. That's not a full charge. Okay, maybe just jumping like that is better, because then I don't fall off if I hit the wall. One and hook. No, that's the part that's scary with that one. Yeah, the light. You have something to say about the light? Away! Sure, I'll go away from you. At least I'm getting that part down. So falling down is not the worst thing anymore, as long as I'm aware of how to get past those cages. Yeah, just like that. If I jump not far enough, I will still, like, get back. I jumped too far. I did it too far again. Yeah. That ledge is there so that you can kind of save yourself. Damn it. It's not ideal still, though. Well. One and? One. One. How did I do it the first time? One. Yeah, that's the problem of doing it the other way. I got the one left for jump, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I can definitely do it that way. No. What if I think from a different perspective? That's too different. Experimentation time. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I was trying some weird, like, math there, but no. Like this. Damn it. I know I can get this to up here, and then if I go far enough, I can go over there. That also works. Aha! One and hit. Damn it. Oh yeah, Jumper's poem, shut up. Forgot, I need to be on the left side of the lights. One and hit. What if I go all the way left? Okay, full jump not recommended. Almost full jump, also not recommended. Full jump not recommended. If I can find out where to stand by that lamp to do the full jump and get perfect in spot, that would be fantastic. Because if I know it's the full jump, that is great. Okay, so left hand or 1 foot just aligned with that pixel? No, not far enough. Like, this is further than I said before. But that's also too far. So it's between those two spots. Oh, that's still not far enough. So one of my foot needs to be outside of the edge. Halfway across the ledge. Too far. I have the heal. Okay, that's too far again. Ah. Damn it! I want to get that left path working, because if I do so, the rest of the game, or the rest of the jumps will be a lot easier. How did the shine line up? Shine was not far enough. There we go. No. Okay. Got past there, though. I shouldn't have said shit. Okay, what if I use the right foot as indication? No. Spoken hubris, exactly. Okay, what if I put my left foot like so? Perfect! Left foot like so. Perfect! Left foot like so. Perfect! 2 minigames of Ring Fit and you're still here. Fuck! God damn it. I did have a much better consistency rate of getting up there. So now if I can just do this jump. But yeah, I can't do that jump over there. And that's too far. So I need to be hugging the right wall, I guess? Ow. I am holding it too long. I'm going like, oh yeah, I need 3 full jump. I don't. Unless. No. It will send me too high up. There we go. Fuck! Yeah, this side is a lot more consistent so far than the other side. Yeah, I should go for the right side instead. Bang! There. Too far! It's having 2 of those that's mean. I held it too far, I realized way too late. Nice. Not nice. At least I could be saved from going all the way down there if I crash like that. Come on, game. You're gonna give me that, right? What is the difference between that jump? Like... There I almost did the exact same thing, but I went too far. Yeah, look at that. It was barely different. One. Abba. 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 I'm seeing we're getting all of these songs out of the way. Habab. Haba. Haba. Yeah, that jump is very hard, honestly. Like, distractingly hard. Haba. Haba. I was thinking I could jump to the next one. I'm gonna do something dumb. It might be my downfall doing so, but... Abba. Didn't let go. Abba. Was I too close to the wall? Is that part of the issue? Abba. Yes. Oh! Full charge from there! Yes! So now I can just... Whee! Whee! Haba? No. Learning! Yes! And now I get to practice that again! Yeah, look at the bright side of life! Like full charge left, all the way right, full charge left. Yeah! It works! You know what? Now that I know that this jump works, I don't even to bother trying to make that other jump. Haba? Not enough Haba. Oh. The noise? No, we're not talking about the a voice. Oh. And now I can test this again. It works. It just works. This jump is mean. But I think this is a new record. This is definitely a new record. Bargain bird. Greetings! These boots are fit for a legendary hero! Crafted by a distinguished master with these, you'll get to that baby in no time. Since I like you, I'll cut you a deal. For only 1 measly gold, those are yours. What do you say, eh? Yes, yes. Oh, you don't have 1 gold on you? I'm afraid the price point is at the bare minimum. It appears there aren't many other customers around. You don't happen to have any rich friends. I think that crow is supposed to hint me towards something. So if I stand with my right foot over there. Okay, I have another full jump area. Oh boy. So that's what the crow is for. As long as I can figure out the full jumps, it's fine. Town Hall Board of Notice. This abandoned town, which is clearly abandoned and which no one lives in except for that one guy, is henceforth irrevocably, eternally, foreverly, uncancelably, and undeniably claimed by the right of previous owners placed in abandonment as the sole proprietor of the merchant Melgidus Dreeg. In addition, I, Melgidus Dreeg, shall rename this new shining center of the commerce. It shall hereby be known as Bargain. Should any legal inquiries or complaints arise, contact unintelligible. Thank you for your cooperation. Full charge. Okay. I definitely need to jump to the right. Oh, that's too far! Oh no, the crow is not gonna give me the gold. Like, I know. I just know they won't. Look. It's fake. See? Fuck you. It's fake. Ah, wrong way. Ah, that's too far. Too far again. Luckily, these falls aren't as bad as you would think they are. They're just guaranteed to fall down to the castle area. Yeah, I didn't hold. Okay, that's kind of them. Honestly, I think this is like a great checkpoint area then. Fully charged. Hey, at least I can prove I can jump to them. Okay, if I stand like so. Yes! I get you. This jump is just mean. It's not full. It's not full. I'm just gonna fall down. Oh, that's mean! I take everything I said about that falling point back. Huh. Huh. Ah, that's too far. Down I go. Nice eye piercing. Oh, come on. Yeah, so as soon as you learn, like, some patterns, some areas aren't that bad to get to. Like, yeah, I can consistently get back here. It is this jump that's a pain. Because of that. Thank you, Milk Crate. This is the second time I played, so... Then I really was upside down. You're so funny. Come on. But yeah, for those not aware, this is a practice for a gaming competition. I'm in Ring Fit, you have my undivided attention, don't make me regret it. I know, I make no promises. Is that actually the best gamer in Norway? Not yet! The competition will be in January, I will post in Discord whenever that happens. But I will then compete against 15 others, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, back to Parkensburg. Oh. How has he beaten this? None! I've played for probably, how long I've been streaming this? 50 minutes. I've probably played this for 2.5 hours in total. Ah! So I'm fairly fresh at this game. But I'm starting to learn some tricks. Some. Not many. Oh, hey, here's one of my favorite things in Xenoblade. Hooray! Okay. This was how I did it. I know you're competing one, but I didn't hear someone say you won one. Yeah, we're very kind voice. Thank you. I did technically win the Northern Norway's the Gamer in 2020, but I have not won this one yet. That's too far. Just jump down. Don't just jump down. Don't listen to what a word I'm saying. How easy is this game? It's easy enough when you understand it, but it's still like, oh yeah, minor mistake and you're going all the way down. Minor mistake and you're going all the way down. We're not talking about those two. Yeah, Northern Norway was the one I won. Yeah, I got majorly screwed by one of, like, event in the last year's competition. By my own fault, but I did get screwed over by it. Imagine missing the same jump 10 times and having to respawn. God! That would be awful. Wait, okay. No! But now that I know how mean some of these slopes can be, I'm suddenly more scared. Can you just click on the platform to jump to it? God, I wish! Yeah, clicking does nothing. Ah! I forgot full jump. This one doesn't require full jump. This one also doesn't require full jump. Okay, over there. On the right. Not full. No! Too much not full. I'll take that. Ugh! That still hurts. I held it. I held it. I held it. Why did I hold it? Okay. Left. Right. Up, up. Okay. I can salvage that whenever I land there. Nope. Gotta find out how to do that jump. And that one. And this one. God, thank God they are made in such a way that they're holding it all the way down. I can go back again. Oh! Okay, no, I can't do a full jump back there. I see. Understandable. Point taken, game. Let's see. Back and left. Hey. Oh yeah, it's to the right here. Almost fucked myself over. Again. Again. Yeah, like, this is designed to be a rage game, but it's also designed that you can't science this game. You could also fail at science. But yeah, like, all of these jumps that I'm doing right now, all, like, calculated from just, oh yeah, I know if I stand here and hold full charge, I will make it. Like, full charge, semi-charge. If I stand, like, line up with this pillar, I will land on this pillar with a full charge. It is from there that it becomes a little bit more of a struggle. The music agrees. Oh, I didn't stand far enough. Okay. But yeah, when you know how long you need, or where you need to like tap jump and where to hold jump, you can run really fast in those segments. It is this jump that gives me pain. So all the way left. One. No. Why didn't I hold? Why did I hold? Yeah, you have something to say, little man. Yay! But hey, this honestly lets me like get used to this area as well. If my muscle memory fails me in this area, nothing will help me in the competition. Can't do that. See. It's left. Then right. Then half foot across. And then half foot not across. Aha! Science? You have anything else to say to me now? I'm gonna get something to drink while he talks. Babe of Legends! Sure they would. Oy. Just taking a little break, looking at what's going on elsewhere. No. Mind be gone. Shut up. Forever. Always. Okay, with that, I am good to go back in. Does this game have any lore besides hot babes? I don't think so. Let your rage at the game overflow onto Twitter instead. I mean, I have this one guy that's arguing like about Teslas with me on the cars, not the brand, on Twitter, who's just like, there's no way, there's no charger 100 miles away from you. Look at this map I made and look at the airlines. I'm like, dude, people don't drive by airlines. I live in like the most rural area where I need to drive around an island. Behind her, strange winds. Pungent. It's Norway, yeah, and you would be like, oh, this is the foreigner, he might not know how much, like, it works. He's Danish! He knows how Norway is! Because his argument was because there are superchargers almost over the country, and that Tesla is the #1 selling brand for years, which means 2, that I should see one very often. And I'm like, no, I live in a rural area where Volkswagen is the norm, not Teslas. Which, believe it or not, was the norm before, or was the most sold brand before Tesla. Shocking, right? Almost like rural areas take time to catch up to urban areas, if they even want to. And if rural areas even have the same incentives like urban areas. A Danish man who doesn't think mountains are real. That too. There's only one I know at Elkhart at all where I live. Yeah, and I know you live in a much more urban area than me. Like, oh boy. Like, yeah, where I live, we have like 5 Elkhars that I'm mostly aware of. One of them being my mother's, and the other being my co-workers. I jumped the wrong way. Why did I jump that way? But, my point is that, like, I even used the line we used at Jay, your experiences is not universal. And he's saying that because I'm arguing that I have this one type of experience, that is how Norway is, when I explicitly say in the tweets, my and your experiences are not universal. And he keeps arguing with me, but you said that Norway doesn't have L-cars. No, I live in Norway, and I personally haven't seen them. Oh, not L-cars, Teslas. And he's like, oh, but there's 100,000 of them. That's like a third, or a 30th of the cars in Norway. And I then say, oh yeah, you're like reading comprehension because you can't read that. And then he says no, and then misreads the next tweets. Which is just funny, like, how can you be that dense? Like, let's go on a little drama here. I've never seen a Tesla ad when think about it, just other brands. Yeah, Teslas became the norm out of, like, just, they were the L car. And then other car brands were like, you know what, we want in on this. Let's see here. Notifications. And this dumbass. Okay, let's look here. So it is essentially like just full breakdown, just on this random side tangent. Neil deGrasse Tyson said like, oh yeah, while casting shade on Elon Musk and what he's done a lot of things for like L-cars in this civilization. Which, shut up, Neil. It's more of just like he Elon exaggerated how Tesla or how L-cars were made. But then they were still in production at that point. And then people are arguing like, yeah, hey, the electric car part founders of Tesla, which he was not. Which electric car could one buy from Tesla before Elon Musk invented? Plenty of other manufacturers were developing electric vehicles here in Europe. Teslas aren't as common as USA. This is the starting of this like whole debate. Another guy jumps in, I live in Europe and Teslas are everywhere in the country. What do you mean? One, Europe is not a country. You need to say where in Europe you're living if you want to be like, oh yeah, this is the norm or not. And then I respond, okay, I live in Norway and I haven't seen a single Tesla. Your experience is not universal, and neither is mine. Data says that the Teslas are the most sold electric car here, but also that 84% of cars sold are electric and or hybrid, so we're not going to see Teslas either. Then the guy with the reading comprehension jumps in. Amazing, there are 600,000 BEVs, which I think is like combined between electric vehicles and like hybrids in Norway, of which 100k are Teslas, and you haven't seen a single one of them. So you haven't been outside your mom's basement in 2013 or so, which is just, My response, I'm glad you also lack reading comprehension. And neither is mine, because I live in a town with 1,000 people, so of course it's unlikely that I will see it. My family work colleagues all have BEVs, but none of them are Tesla. Hell, I even said that BEV were popular here. And then he responds again, no lack of reading comprehension. You're right that you've never seen 100k Teslas in your country, any of the 100k Teslas in your country. That's amazing. Even if not a single Tesla in your village, which is quite amazing by itself, you haven't been on the motorway, seen any of these superchargers, and he posts this lovely image. Which is just, oh, well, you're getting called out. That was not my intention. Boop. There we go. He posts this image, which just shows, you do live in a basement, got you there. Yeah, but I'm renting this basement! But yeah, he then shared this image, which is just, like, all the superchargers in Norway. I am going to Manchester United fan account. No, that was the original one. That's not the one that is responding to this. But I want to, like, minorly dox myself. You guys can easily find it out because of the competition. But I live in this general vicinity, north of Sortland. Like, north of this area. That's called Sortland there. It's between the two grayed out chargers. Yeah, Logical knows where I live. Svolvær is closest, but I need to drive around this goddamn area to even find it. Like, going for Sortland, I need to go around the island and to there, which is why I said 100 miles, because I literally googled how far away is it? Because while this is a dumbass take, Sass lives in a floating boat in the ocean confirmed. Exactly. But yeah, while that is a dumb take and he's ignoring my lines and stuff like that. Because I also says like, hey, even with what you're saying, Teslas aren't the norm. There's 1/6 of every electrical car in Norway are Teslas. That still doesn't mean that my area is gonna have that. My area would instead have like maybe 1 in 100 Teslas, if so. And we're a rural fishing community. We're not gonna buy luxury cars. And then he says, he said no lack of comprehension, and says that out of all of those stations, I haven't seen a single supercharger. I responded, wait, I lied. I actually know of 2 Teslas I've seen, and they were at the convention I was starting to advertise at the Game Expo at the opposite side of the country. Other than that, no. Closest supercharger is 100 miles away, and using the numbers you've given, statistically, might be more than 17 Teslas. On top of that, the fact that Norway tolls give a 50% pay cut on tolls to any L cars would have more Teslas than my place, who has no such incentives. I live in a toll-free area, the closest one being, wow, 100 miles away. Weird coincidence, huh? And he responds with, you keep lying. Even in Finnmark, you won't find a place 100 miles away from a supercharger. Name a place 100k or 1,000 people village in Norway, except for Svolvær, which is an island area. And I tell you the distance of the nearest superchargers. Or check it out yourself. And he posts this lovely image, which is like, yeah! In airlines, of course you can find one 100 miles away. Mine wouldn't even be 10! But how would I drive 10? How would I drive in straight line across the ocean? Like, even just taking this little segment here. Just taking this segment right here. We can look at it. Look at Honningsvåg, the top one. You see that tiny line going across the ocean? I can't just drive in a straight line from the center that you put down there, across the mountain, and into the ocean to get to Honningsvåg. And he said, check myself. I did. And he says, Finnmark is by far the thinnest populated place in mainland Norway. Why would there be 6 supercharger stations across Finnmark if there's no Teslas? I live in a different area, buddy. And he says, so you can't name 1,000 people village in Norway with 100 miles of driving to the nearest supercharger station, except the ones you're living in that you don't want to name. Yes, I don't want to dox myself on the common internet. At least you make my point better than I could myself. He's completely ignoring the airline one. Like this, that was tweeted 3 minutes away. Or 3 minutes ago. Like, yeah. He's literally ignoring what I'm saying and just going, oh no, my opinion is correct because I said my opinion. Like, how dense do you have to be to not get that? My point is that, depending on where you live, you might or might not see certain things. Even if that country has the most sold of that brand generally. Which is because Norway is probably the #1 consumer of electrical vehicles. Because we have incentives to become green fairly soon and we're trying to uphold it. And then he doesn't realize that people that doesn't get the incentives of buying elk vehicles can't get them. Like, let me just Google this again to make sure that I know I'm getting like correct. I'm gonna take a town that is a bit far away from me, and it is 165 kilometers to this town. And let's see here. 165 kilometers, 2 miles, translates to 100 miles! Hey! If I wanted to go even further, I would go Andenes. And that's suddenly 210 miles, or 210 kilometers, which is probably 130 miles. Let's see, 210 kilometers to miles. 130 miles! Yeah! Like, I can now just say, okay, fine. Okay, fine. If you want the town and ignore everything, Andenes is 130 miles away from Svolvær. Which, shocking, is the closest charging station. Or supercharging station. Specifically, because that's what it's asking for. It's not asking for a regular charging station, because yes, that's 4 miles away from where I live. But that's not a supercharger. And if he waited 1 more year, his argument would change, because then they would build one. But that's not for Teslas. That's just for L cars. A supercharger doesn't equalize a Tesla. Lock my location. Yeah, I'm like, if you're going to be that obtuse, at least know where what you're talking about. I can let me try the other areas that are also nearby. Sätermoen. That's 300 kilometers again, so again 150 miles. What's the next one? Oh, yeah, that's for a car that isn't a Tesla. Like, Sätermoen, the one that's on 300 miles or 300 kilometers away, that's the one for Tesla specifically. So yeah! Oh no, that aren't for Teslas. But yeah, I'm just gonna say a reply. Fine. Stop choking Elon Dick. There we go, and with that, I'm gonna end that rant and go back to Jump King. Where was I? Got him. Now, will the rage of the insane Danish person be enough to fuel me to get to the top? And no. I saw my foot was too far. But will it charge me enough that I can do it on my second attempt? Anyways, this has been L cars with Saps. There are other L cars than Teslas, believe it or not, that are popular. Halfway across. And halfway not across. That's how you do it. Easy. 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 Don't too far. Don't too far. No, not easy. But yeah, like, now that I'm getting used to this section, it's not that big of a problem. I still would need to do this. Thank God they had that one lift to like, hey, you're holding too long, buddy. Hold left. Hold left. Half charge left. That's not half. Maybe it was. Maybe I need 1.5. There we go. Oh, no. Of course, I would then fail the easier jump. Up too far. But yes, I'll keep you guys updated if he ever decides to choke dick again. Like, I was trying to tell him from a perspective like, I'm not gonna dunk Elon because, like, that's irrelevant to the topic at hand. But he's so far in it that that's the reason why he's doing it. Come on, at least let me land down here. Come on. But yeah, after the stream, if I don't beat Jump King tonight, I'll most likely like do some practice with one of the coaches of like, hey, let's just make sure I get to the top here. No one cared that's wrong about the statistics of Teslas, if not an Elon fanboy at that point. Yeah, exactly. Ah, not hard enough. Hey, you did the thing for me. Thank you. Some jumps are easier than others. But yeah, he's also saying like, oh yeah, it's the most popular brand in Norway. I think that's gonna change by 2023. Especially with the fact that other cars are actually competing in that same area. Like, yeah, not to brag, but Norway is quite the, like, environmentalist country. Like, we try to be very green. And we are quite left-leaning compared to other countries. Like, even our, like, rights party that is sometimes is, like, in charge is a lot more left-leaning than most others. But I don't think many people take kindly to Elon. Like, my coworkers were aware of Elon, but they weren't really aware of how he was. And after this whole Twitter debacle came out, he's a laughingstock in our company. And he was going to, like, do, like, a talk some months ago for an electrical thing here in Norway. I think it was for the SpaceX thing or something. And after then, he's not been fairly well received and is, again, as everyone says, a laughingstock. On the left side, I see. Anyways, I'm back again. Didn't take that long, just took me a rant and a half. Oh boy. Yeah, and even then, Logical, I would more call her a jerk rather than, like, an extremist, if that makes sense. Ah! 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 I would say the most extreme things we have here are Facebook comments under newspaper articles. Because God, if you ever do that in Norway, that's just begging to find brain dead people. Fuck! Come on! The part that sucks with that, though, is that's the only way to really see people's opinion on articles. There are also every other, like, this is the opinion of the writer for this newspaper. It does not represent the newspaper as a whole. And then they put down these, like, insane statements like, oh yeah, this is the norm. And people are like, what are you talking about? This is not the norm. Which tend to happen from people who are, like, from very urban areas, completely ignoring the rural areas. Like, oh yeah, this is the norm, this is how things work, this is how, like, I experience things. And then you go, like, a little bit outside the urban areas and are just like, what are you even talking about? Come on! Anyways, this has been Norway with Zaps and Logical. Hope you enjoyed. Okay. If I fully charge all the way from the left, what happens? Why am I not surprised? Ah! I enjoyed being the peanut gallery. You're welcome! It's the left. And it's full charge! Why did I full charge? Gotta remember, don't full charge over here. I full charge over there. But I let go of the button just before the full charge went off, so it didn't matter. Ow. Yeah, I feel like if my opponent can get past that before me, I will start struggling. But until that point, I will do fairly fine. If I fall down one more time after this, like if I fall down to the rain area over there, I will go all the way down intentionally and start over just to like get the beginning path down correctly. Because right now I haven't practiced the beginning path for that long. Okay, down I go. Down. Down. There we are. Yay! At least I got to pass by once. Apparently, he had calculated a strategy to get the babe! He probably gave up too. I mean, took a break. Anyways, I'm at 1:30. How long does it take to get back up there? There we go. Wait, is this the... not the tree? Ah, too far. Not far enough. Damn it. Damn it! Hi! I'm back down here again. His strategy to get the babe. It was something foolish, like... Not fall. Not very smart if you ask me. Good job, old guy. Okay, 131, new timer. Wrong way! I was gonna tap left. And then I fucked up. Wee. Wee. There we go. Hey, I'm back here. Fuck. See, it took me like a minute to get back up here. Now the entire question is, how long do we actually get to climb the tower before they time us? Like, do we get half an hour? Do we get 10 minutes? Who knows? If it's 10 minutes, I'm fairly certain I can make it to where I've been like spending most of the day. Or to Bargensburg at the very least. I jumped the fail way. Wrong way. I forgot it's full charge to the left, then to the right, then half foot across, then to the right, and then not half foot across, and then to the left. My half foot wasn't across, my half foot was hitting the line, I was wondering. No. No! I'm choking! Everyone stop me from choking. Take out the Elon Musk from... Okay. Halfway across. Halfway not across. Easy! It took me 3 minutes to get back up here in total. Easy. Now for the part that's actually scary. Ah! Yeah, but in 4 minutes I can get up there. So that is easy enough. Fuck! I gotta stop jinxing myself. Yeah, tweets have view counts now, and I can see that my tweets have more views than his. Haha! But yeah, don't know how I feel about that. Wasn't Elon going to, like, make a poll before he was going to implement a feature like that? Hmm? What happened to that, Elon? I mean, it is a great analytic tool, but let me turn it on and off instead of having it on by default. And I'm back up here. But yeah, like, yeah, this like, yeah, analytic thing, that's probably the one good thing he's done with Twitter since he got an acquisition of it. The one good thing, and even then it's implemented poorly. But even if it wasn't going to be implemented or not, it still would have been implemented poorly even before him, I think. Back. Can't do that. Easy. I held it. Easy. Not easy. Why did I hold? I'm going too much on autopilot right now. Why am I an idiot? Chad, why am I an idiot? Too far! Because you were born that way. Let's see. There. And I need to hold longer than Oh, come on. Not even giving you time to talk anymore. I'm gonna try to ever see a TV during the competition. Oh no, I don't want Norwegian. What will I be doing during? Fair question. I feel like while we're actually playing, you guys won't be having to do too much. It's when we're not playing that you will have hell on your hands. Not enough hurt. Ah! I walked off the edge! Green! Oop. Ah! Oh, come on. Ah, too high. I sense that I'm getting hungry. Why did I full jump? Have some beans? No. I have some cookies. Angry Yeti. No. The worst kind of Yeti. Alright, halfway across. Yep. Oh, well, that was too far. I see. Let's see here real quick. I'm gonna grab myself something to eat. Meanwhile, how's Twitter doing? Just in general. Where are my cookies? Are they outside? They might be outside. They're outside! Cookies acquired. Cookie. Okay, I've seen a take on Twitter. Question. I think remakes, reimaginings are way better than remasters, because you can get a new experience and you're not just playing the same game again. How do you feel about that one? Like, are you on a yes, no, or somewhere in between on those? Mixed varies by how either is done. That's fair. I'm different, is that just an opinion? How dare. Some remasters are very good, needed, some remakes are fantastic, and then you got shitty stuff in both too, yeah. Sorry for just letting you listening to music. I'm currently just getting something to fill my stomach a little bit with. Alright, back to the game. To take my take on it, I really enjoy the Final Fantasy remake. But I do think that Crisis, or not Crisis Core, the what's it called again? The mobile game that's coming out in June, or the closed beta. I do think we should have had an option to actually replay the original game again with enhanced graphics instead of just getting like a game that is kind of advertising itself to be new. I'm really fucking up, aren't I? I'm apparently still hungry. Why did I fully jump? Many weird decisions right now. But I do think that might be a sign for me to maybe take a break soon. I'm gonna try and get up to Bargenberg again and make one more good attempt, and then I think I'm gonna call the stream here. I know it's a shorter end, but I have one more workday, and I'm just ready for vacation. How was I more focused when discussing the Elon guy than I did was just discussing remakes and remasters? Oh, because it actually takes brain power to argue that. Fuck. But yeah, my point is, like, some remakes are kind of like completely unnecessary. Like, for me, the Last of Us 1 remake is kind of an example of that. While not completely unnecessary, it had enough stuff that it wasn't really needed compared to something like Sly Cooper. On the other hand, Final Fantasy is in the same boat where the only really like, proper way to replay Final Fantasy VII normally is through the, like, old versions with a art style that I can't get behind. I know it's iconic, but I don't really like the blocks of the original Final Fantasy characters. But, then we get this remaster that comes out, and it turns out that it doesn't follow the original story in the perfect way. Like, yeah, it doesn't need to follow it one-to-one, but it's doing enough changes that it isn't quite what people wanted. I enjoy it for what it is. Like, if I argue, like, do I want an original Final Fantasy remake, or do I want what we got? I would argue that I would want what we got. But I get the people who actually want a proper remake. Then you have the regular remasters, like the Kingdom Hearts collection, and that I feel like is one of the better remakes. Or, I wouldn't really call it remakes. Those are remasters with the exception of like Kingdom Hearts 1 or Unchained Key or something. One of them had to be rebuilt from scratch. I don't remember at the top of my head which one it was. There we go. 2 jumps away from Bargainburg. Well, fucked up the 1. Chain of Memories? Yeah, I think that's what's it. A re-Chain of Memories. Let's see, Oh yeah, I discovered something in Pokemon today. How many of you have seen the 4th Titan? The, Ground Titan, to be more specific, in Pokemon? Like, I don't want to spoil things if you haven't seen it or not. But I'm not aware of how many here cares or don't. You start to get to the part where you ended for me to get here. How sweet. Yeah! Seen them, yeah. Yeah, I found out that if I go back to where I fought them, I can just capture it, which I didn't know. And I had told the others that you couldn't. So, yeah, that was my bad. So I've told them, hey, maybe we start next stream with that or something. Anyways, back to Bargensburg. I just remember saying that you and you remember you saying that and silently cracking up. Yeah. You can capture them all? Wait, I saw the oh shit, Earthworm Titan, and I couldn't really do anything with it. I know I said I was gonna stop, and Rockman came back. So I gotta play a little bit more. Here. Yeah, you have to hit A to interact with them, which is what I found so weird, but I didn't quite see what was different between them and before and after. Except for the 4th one, you know? Because the 4th one is the 4th one. If you kill them or catch them, do they respawn again, or is that it? There we go. Also, Rockman, you missed our discussion with a dumb Twitter user. And talking about Tesla cars! Don't know, call them all in one go. Fair. I have a heavy ball with this Pokemon's name on it, so... So regular day on the internet? Yes. Have they responded? Because for some reason this is a Danish person and they're awake at this point. Oh hey, I have a notification. Is it time for an update? It is. Okay, he responded. Oh, so you found one at the very tip of Underness, 114 miles, not 130, from SC, from a supercharger, but enough to win. And to make my point again, that is, if you live in Underness and never leave, you might have a chance to never see a Tesla. Buddy! That's what I argued from the beginning, you dumbass! He's trying to claim your argument as his. Yes, he is. Now, is he arguing like airlines or just regular lines? Because that's very different. He's like a weird move of giving you concise sources when it comes to tweets. Yeah. Let's just see. Or is he arguing that I could go to Surtline? Is that what he's trying to say? No, he isn't. So what is he on about? Which one is he seeing that I'm not? In Harvard. No, that also isn't it. Is have you tried jumping? I have. Look, I did it. Might be jumping, but this guy is great at taking leaps of logic. Yeah! Oh, apparently these grayed out ones are apparently also superchargers, maybe? But even then, he's still wrong. A string of letters. Oh no. What? Anyways. I'm just reading something and trying to like find like, did he ever even argue what he's saying he's arguing? And no, he didn't. Anyways, let's try getting up again. I'm the best. But yeah, I'll give it like 3 solid attempts. And then I will take a break for today. Ugh. Too far! This doesn't count. The mate can wait a bit longer as the research commences. Exactly. Does he know? No. I fucked up the jump. Thankfully, easy jump. What was he cooking? Everything. Himself. Fuck. Like, for a fall for me to count, I need to fall down to the sewers level again. So 3 sewer falls down here to the left, and I will, call it for the day. Unless, you know, I find a new checkpoint. Oh, too far. And oh, no, that's too far again. Do you find any alternate jumps on the way that you prefer compared to last stream? Yes. Or, well, I'm mostly going muscle memory, but I found like, oh yeah, this variant to stand and jump this high. Like, full charge, half charge, nothing. Full charge, hog the right wall, full charge, hog the right wall, full charge, and then this is muscle memory. And then full charge, memory. Memory failed, memory failed! But yeah, most of it is very much like, oh yeah, if I full charge there, I will make it. Full left, half left, tap right, full left, full right. No, full left again. And then full right. Like, I can easily make that just by like, oh yeah, pattern and safe areas where I know I can make the jump. This one is one of those that I kind of had to muscle memory myself through. And then the same one is these two. And I'm rather jumping down there to make sure that I get over instead of like trying and failing at something that I don't know guaranteed will work. Ah, second one. Okay. I'm gonna change the goalpost again. I'm going to Bargensburg one more time, and if I fail after getting to Bargensburg, then that's the stream for today. Which, ironically enough, will most likely end up with me ending the stream where I started. Okay. Huh. Huh. Haha! And with that, I can now make it to the top. Fuck. Fuck. Well, I immediately fucked it up. I immediately fucked it up because I didn't remember where to stand. I need to stand on the edge of that one, not at the wall. Today's a sad day. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ah. Ha ha. Left side. There we go. And back, here we go. Wait. Like, this is how you can tell I've been here before. Making these jumps without issue. Listen, that just feels the Did You Wait meme, so it's debatably worth it for its comedic content. Yeah. Huh. Okay, we've gotten to the path where I always fall down. Always. This is the jump. You know what? You know what? I'm actually gonna do a little quick searching. I made the jump once. Jump King. Videos. Speed run. There we go. I know this is gonna be completely wrong. Hold on. What is this guy talking about? He again said, like, oh yeah, there's a supercharging station somewhere, but it's not where he's pointing it at. What is he on about? There's no supercharge station there. He's like pointing to a place that isn't... What is he on about? Like, just for context, he's saying this is the same place as this. Hold on, if I can get this picture to actually show up. Can I paste? No, I cannot paste. But I can instead... It's right there, sir. Sir, that's a McDonald's. He's saying that it's at the same place as... this. Like this image. And this location. So, if I were to do this... and do that... like, he's not even close to where he's supposed to be. Whoops. Like, what is he on about? The picture on the left is the actual Tesla, like, oh yeah, these are where the superchargers in Norway are. So, let's look at the important part, which is at the south. Because the starting point, he has correct. It's this point we're arguing about. So if I... I see the islands there, and Svolvær is there, and he's pointing to the right of it. What's going on? A person saying, like, really arguing about Teslas. Well, let's see here, this Jump King run. Maybe I'll just look at this video real quick and see how he plays. Yep, full jump. I see this guy actually bought the shoes. Okay, he full jumps, he kind of full jumps, he kind of full jumps. Jumps there. He's jumping across the cages. Oh! Wait, what? Well, if I fall down, I have to test stats. Okay, how does he do this room? Jump to the left, jump to the left. Aha, he does the same route as me, kind of. I like my route better. Okay, he does a half jump there, half jump there. Oh, he does a full jump across. Uh-huh. Okay, sure, that jump also works. Okay, how do you do this area? He just does it? Uh-huh. Where does he stand when he does it? Uh-huh. Oh, so he hugs the wall, like I thought you would. Uh-huh. What is the difference? I know what your chat wants to say what the difference is. Don't. Uh-huh. There we go! Finally! Do you see the co-op PC version of M64? No, I haven't heard of that one. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, progress has been made, guys! Progress has been made! The crow is back. I think this is a DLC. I'm not certain. Buddy? You shall never make it to the Babe of Legend. Even if you succeeded, she would refuse you. You are doomed to fall. I read it in your soul. For you are an insignificant, small, and ugly creature. Oh, fuck you. Well, damn it. There we go. Bye. Ah! Okay, how do I do this? Huh. Not like that! But yeah, I should honestly be using that video as a guide, just like getting some help. Nice job, thank you. The problem is he's using like speedrun jumps that are probably harder jumps to do than like once I can tests. Like I don't think he does that jump. It is not full charge. It's not full charge. Fuck! Again, if I fall all the way down, that's what I'm gonna call it. This is a full. This is a full. Wait, hold on. What he does, I believe, is a full hop from here. Okay, he makes it. Yeah, like so. Fuck! Okay, we're at the scary part again. Alright, that is it for today, at the very least. But time to test the thing he did earlier. So he jumps over to the crow. Okay. My hubris. So, huh? No, and now I gotta do the crow thing. It's important now. And by that I mean the guy in the prison cell. Yeah, but halfway across. Halfway not. Oh, wait, I may have gone too far. No, I didn't. Fuck! Okay, I gotta do this. I got a science. Got a science while it's on my mind. Science. I try not falling? No. Well, to quote the guy at the bottom, that's not a smart strategy. Like, it's smart if it works, but it's not a smart strategy. There. Rather make sure I don't fail the jump than not make sure I fail it. Oh. Okay, so, full charge to left. Yeah, it works! Science, bitch! Hooray! Let's end at Bargenberg. Then at least I can have the illusion that I progressed. This jump is still mean! Still so mean. Oh, so mean. A good experience to practice later. Yay. And go. Have anything else to say to me, weird man? Never slip with these expert jumper boots. Only one gold and you will stand steady forever. Great for those steep climbs! Oh, you can't afford the humble price of 1 gold? My condolences. I wonder if there is a hidden treasure in any of these houses. The owner are probably long dead, right? Well, with that, 2 hours in, I can at least get here quite consistently. It is getting past this area that's going to be a struggle during the competition. But, we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow is going to be more practice, but that one, Jay's gonna join us. So, we might do some multiplayer stuff. I think at least Jay's gonna join us for that one. So that's it? Or we do something else? No, I think that's it. I need some rest. Are you tired of falling? Then those boots are for you! Extra special price, 1 gold. One is still too steep of price for, huh? Well, I'm not running a charity here, alright? I'm going out of business unless I can sell these boots. But yeah, the main reason is that I need to get some rest. I have 1 more workday and then I have holiday vacation. But with that, I will see you guys tomorrow for some probably Dragon Ball FighterZ and Fall Guys if I were to guess anything. But until then, bye-bye!